I never believed in the idea that something could share your room, something that isn't human, that isn't alive the way we understand life. I always thought shadows were just shadows, and nightmares were just tricks your brain played on you. But after that night, I'm not sure about anything anymore. It started around 3:27 a.m. I remember the exact time because I stared at the clock for hours afterward, hoping the numbers would make sense of what happened. I didn't wake up screaming or gasping. I just woke up, like someone gently shook me by the shoulder and whispered, "Wake up." The room was silent, too silent. The kind of silence that feels thick, waiting, almost alive.
I reached my hand to the left side of the bed, expecting to feel my wife's warmth, but the bed was cold. I sat up slowly, blinking into the darkness, expecting to see her walking back from the bathroom. Instead, I saw her sitting upright in bed, not moving, not blinking, not breathing fast like someone who just woke up terrified. She was stone still, her eyes wide open, fixed on something across the room. At first, I thought she was sleepwalking with her eyes open, but the longer I stared at her face, the more I realized she wasn't asleep at all. She was watching something. My voice cracked when I whispered, "Hey, are you okay?" She didn't turn, didn't blink, didn't acknowledge me at all. Her eyes didn't move. Whatever she was seeing had her full attention. And then, because curiosity is stronger than fear, I followed her gaze. I will regret that moment for the rest of my life. In the far corner of the bedroom, the darkest corner, the one that the street light never reached, something was standing there. Not a person, not a burglar, not an animal. It was a shadow, but not the kind created by light. This one had weight, density, shape. It wasn't the absence of light, it was its own thing. And the worst part? Its eyes. Two faintly glowing eyes staring back at us. Not bright, not dramatic, just present, alive, aware. The moment I realized it was looking directly at me, something inside me froze. My body refused to move. My chest tightened. The air turned cold, not AC cold, but the cold you feel in a place that hasn't been alive for a long time. I tried to reach for my wife's hand, to shake her, to pull her back into the world, but I couldn't move. We were both trapped in the same moment, the same fear, the same presence. The thing didn't walk or shift. It didn't make a sound. It just stood there, existing, watching. Minutes passed, or maybe seconds. Time didn't work right in that moment. Then my wife's body started to tremble, a slow, uncontrollable shaking. Her eyes never left the corner. A tiny sound escaped her throat, a small gasp, like she was choking on fear. Seeing her react proved it wasn't just me. And then, the thing moved. Not with steps, not like a person. It slid. A sharp, impossible shift, like the universe jerked it closer. My heart stopped. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. Not slowly, not like a shadow fading. Gone, like it was never there. The moment it disappeared,
I could breathe again. My body unlocked. My wife collapsed back onto the pillow, gasping for air like she had been underwater for minutes. The first words she said were, "Did you see it?"
That question ruined every logical explanation I had. Because if she dreamed it and I was awake, that's one thing. If I dreamed it and she was awake, that's another. But we both saw the same thing, with the same shape, the same eyes, in the same corner? There's no dream that sinks like that. We stayed awake till sunrise. Lights on, TV on, sitting back to back like two children terrified to look behind them. And every few minutes, both of us would glance at the corner. That corner. The place where it stood.
And we were both asking the same silent question. Will it come back? But the story didn't end that night. The next few days, my wife acted different. Not scared, haunted. She'd wake up at night and stare at that same corner, like something was pulling her attention. And I started hearing things, not loud, not obvious, just wrong. Footsteps in the hallway past midnight, a faint tap on the floor, a slow creak of a door that wasn't opening. Once, while getting water, a whisper brushed against my ear. A sound so soft I couldn't tell if it was a word or just breath. When I spun around, no one was there, but the air was ice cold.
A week passed before the worst night of my life happened. We tried going to bed earlier than usual. We left a small lamp on. Neither of us admitted it, but we were terrified of the dark. Around 1 a.m., I woke to a soft rustling sound. My wife wasn't in bed. I sat up fast, scanning the room. Then I saw her. She was standing in the same corner, the corner where it had been. Standing still, facing the wall, her hair falling forward, covering her face. "Honey," I whispered. No reaction. I walked toward her slowly, my heart racing, but my feet moving anyway. I reached out, touched her shoulder. She snapped her head up so fast it made a crack sound, and her eyes wide, empty, not hers, not human. Something else was looking at me through her. I stumbled back. Then she spoke. "He's here." Her voice wasn't her own. Flat, cold, wrong. The air thickened instantly. The room felt like pressure was pushing the walls inward. The lamp flickered violently, on, off, on again, and a deep, slow exhale sounded right behind me. I turned. Nothing there, but the space felt occupied, like someone stood inches away from me. I grabbed my wife as she trembled violently, and she whispered over and over, "He's still here. He's still here. He's still here." We haven't slept in that room since. We don't turn off the lights anymore. And every night, no matter where I am in the house, I feel like something watches me from dark corners. Not a dream, not a hallucination, not a shadow. Something real. Something that saw us and decided not to leave. And even now, writing this, I keep looking over at the same corner, because I swear, sometimes the darkness there looks darker than it should.